Hey there guys, and welcome back to the Two Players Podcast, episode 39. We're going to be talking about the news, games we've been playing recently, and then our first impressions on Splatoon 2 thus far. So, first piece of news is that Telltale announced a bunch of games for this upcoming fall season, and then some for 2018. So first was, I believe, Batman, and then they announced Walking Dead as the final season, and then Wolf Among Us 2. So, Damian, what do you think about these three announcements?
For Walking Dead, I'm excited that they're finally releasing the final episode. The first one was really good. The first season was really good. The second season was, was pretty good, but not as good. And the third season I heard was pretty fillery. So I'm glad that they're finishing it off, and you get to play as Clementine again. That's pretty cool. And Wolf Among Us 2 is also coming out, which is good because the first one ended in a cliffhanger, and a lot of people wanted it to, for a sequel to come out already. So I'm glad that it's finally getting this season 2. So that's good. Batman, I don't really care about. So.
All right. Well, my thoughts on these three new games. Wolf Among Us, I haven't played the game yet, but I heard that it was pretty good. So I have no real expectations for it, but I can definitely understand the hype behind it. And then Batman Season 2, I did not expect that to be announced, but I'm still excited because I like the way that Telltale used Batman within this new, I guess, universe that they created with their own Telltale series. And then Walking Dead Season 4, final season, very happy that they are ending it right now, because I think that after all of the criticism that they got from Season 3, they're probably like, all right, well, we should probably stop being experimental with The Walking Dead and try to just end it now with Clementine, So I'm definitely excited to go and see where Clementine goes within Season 4. So
Yeah. Alright, so Kingdom Hearts 3 got a new trailer. It also got a release date for 2018. This trailer shows the Toy Story world, and it looks really good. The graphics look really nice on the PS4. Woody and everyone else looks very nice. Their models look very close to the movies, and it just looks very nice. Gameplay wise, also looks a lot better than the first one, at least. I didn't really like the first one because it was sort of clunky, and I heard they fixed that in the second one, but I didn't play the second one. So I'm glad that the third one looks really fast paced, and it looks pretty fun. I don't know if I'll just play Kingdom Hearts 3 because I feel like I should play the other ones, but
yeah, because the story of Kingdom Hearts is very convoluted.
Yeah, so I don't know about that, but I'm pretty excited either way.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Kingdom Hearts person. I bought the 1.5 HD remix on my PS3. I tried to play the first one. I was really not into it. But I'm definitely willing to give it another shot, maybe next year or something like that. I'll see. But Kingdom Hearts 3 is definitely looking like what a lot of people wanted from a Kingdom Hearts 3, I would say, on the PS4 and everything. So, and the Toy Story level definitely looked really, really good in terms of gameplay and graphically. So I am definitely very excited to go and see where Kingdom Hearts 3 takes us. It's slated for 2018. I'm not exactly sure if that's going to stay. But, yeah, I'm definitely going to keep my eye on Kingdom Hearts 3 from now on. The next piece of news is that Archie Comics is no longer publishing Sonic the Hedgehog comics. After 24 years or something like that, they've been publishing Sonic comics for a while, and Sega ended their partnership with them. Rumor has it, or speculation, I guess, is that because of one of the key people early on within the Sonic comics, Ken Penders, he created a lot of original characters, and then in Sonic Chronicles it looked like it had some similarities to one of his stories that he wrote, so he sued Sega for that. And I think that's why, or that's one of the main reasons why they decided to part ways with Archie. That's what a lot of people are blaming it on. I saw a lot of comments on this one video that announced that Sega ended their relationship with Archie, and everyone in the comment section was just saying "F you, Ken Penders." So not a lot of people really like him now, obviously. And then I think it was a day later, IDW announced that they will be publishing Sonic the Hedgehog comics in 2018. So Whether they decide to go and continue where Archie left off, whether they decide to go and do issue 291 instead of issue 1, I really don't care. I'm just excited to go and see new Sonic comics from a different publishing company. And they are now, I believe when they announced it initially, they said that they're going to build up a creative team now, and a lot of people are hoping that people who worked on the Archie comics towards the end of its cycle to hop onto IDW and work on it, because I think that would be a great idea. But if they decide to go and bring in new people, I am definitely into that, as long as they do a great job with the stories and how the characters look and all that other stuff. So Damian, what are your thoughts on it as a person who's not a big Sonic comic book fan, I guess?
I think it's sad because it's ending and a lot of people really like this series, but I also feel like with this new with these new people, they should probably just start over and not really continue on, because that's usually what happens anyway. They're probably not going to continue on with that series that they were doing, so they probably are going to just make a new set of characters or something, or maybe drop some characters out and just focus on Sonic or something. You know what I mean?
The only thing I would want them to do is to keep the Freedom Fighters there, like with Sonic, Tails, Sally, and all of those other characters. Like, I would like that, because that's what really kept the comics unique from the games. Because if they just have Sonic, Tails, and some other characters doing adventures, I don't think that would be as special as what Archie did before. So I think just keeping the Freedom Fighters there would definitely be a great idea, but I really don't know what they're doing with that. So it's really up to their decision. We'll just have to go and wait and see what they'll do. So yeah.
Yeah, I hope they also keep that constant, because I think a lot of people really like Sonic Sat AM, and that was the whole
and then after that show ended, a lot of people went to the comics because that's where the characters went. So
yeah, I know people really like that sort of Sonic theme, so it would be cool if they kept that. Alright, so Dark Horse is releasing a Crash Bandicoot Bible in 2018.
This was announced at San Diego Comic-Con, and this is pretty much a behind the scenes look about all of the art assets that they use for Crash 1 and stuff.
Yeah, wasn't he supposed to be a wombat or something else?
Yeah, I believe the team announced that it'll release the Crash Bandicoot files, how Willy the Wombat sparked Marsupilomania. So it's probably gonna go into how they were trying to create Crash Bandicoot, and all of the art assets will be in there as well. So
so it's like an art book.
Yeah, pretty much. It's sort of like the Hyrule Historia, but not really. Sort of going in a different perspective, or a different direction, I guess. So, with all the hype behind Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, I think that this is definitely going to sell very well. So
yeah, because Crash has been doing really well. The Insane Trilogy has been selling like crazy, it's insane. So I think this will sell pretty well, considering all the nostalgia and hype over Crash right now.
I'll definitely be keeping my eye on this, because I love art books that have I guess different
history.
Artwork. Yeah, history behind it as well. So that's gonna be very cool to look at. Alright, so the next piece of news, that the Walking Dead Season 8 trailer came out at Comic-Con, and it didn't really hype me up all that much, because I'm literally at the point with the Walking Dead where I'm I literally just want to see where these characters go, because the show's going at such a slow pace. I feel now that I look back to season 7, the show's going at such a slow pace. I'm kind of just I just want to see where these characters end up.
Yeah, I'm sort of the same way, but I feel at least with this trailer, they're actually shooting and stuff now. Where I think they actually are gonna do stuff this season. Because, I'm up to the point where I'm all right, after Negan, I'm sort of just done with the show. Since they've already said, hey, we're not really going to do any... we're not going to end anytime soon. I'm that's stupid. So I'm probably just going to stop watching right after Negan is done. And I don't know if that's going to be this season or next season. I really hope it's this season, because they kind of dragged it out.
If it's not this season, I'm going to be very upset.
Yes, if it's not this season, I'm going to be extremely upset. But I'm pretty sure this season they're gonna take down Negan and all that, because what else are they gonna do? The next step is to take down Negan. So,
there's only so much they can do at this point, I feel.
Yeah, even at the end of season season 7, they start dragging it out. I'm all right, guys, come on. So hopefully with this season we can see more action and stuff happening. But Walking Dead isn't a very thin line with me, so. if they don't get it right this season, I'm kind of just done.
Also, that scene at the end with like Old Man Rick or whatever. I don't even know what the hell that.
Yeah,
was
I don't know
about.
what's going on, dude.
There's a video suggested Old Man Rick explained, but I'm not gonna watch that because I'm not that interested. So
yeah, it's like I don't care enough. All right, so the Thor San Diego Comic-Con trailer came out, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought the first trailer for Thor Ragnarok was also really good, but this trailer really it's weird because the movie is such a weird blend of the whole sci-fi fantasy thing. Like, it's very Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor. So it's just like super weird, man. Like, it's weird in a good way though. Like I think it'd be nice. Like, it's good. It just because I think a lot of people's problems with Thor is that he's pretty boring as just like standalone, and like most of his movies aren't that entertaining. Like the first Thor was pretty alright, but the second one really wasn't that good.
Yeah.
So I think giving it a little more flair like this will really help it, and I think it will because it looks like a very fun movie, and that's what movies should be at. Sometimes.
Yeah. Should just be fun and entertaining. I'm probably gonna see this movie just for Hulk because it's been so long since we've seen
that too,
Hulk on the big screen. I think the last time was Avengers Age of Ultron or something like that, so it's been a very long time since we've seen the Hulk in action. So and that ending scene in this trailer with him talking to Thor, it was pretty funny. So
yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I just can't wait for this movie. It's gonna come out in November, I believe, or something like that, so it's not too long from now, so just cannot wait to go and see this. Not as excited as other Marvel movies, but I'm definitely willing to go out and see it in theaters.
Yeah, I mean, it looks better than most of the sequels that they do. So
yeah.
All right, so Justice League also got a San Diego Comic-Con trailer, and it also looks pretty good. I'm not that into DC either, but I'm pretty like it. I don't know if it really did much for me since I wasn't. I didn't watch. Did you watch Batman versus Superman?
Yes, I did. I saw that with my neighbor Louis. So
right. Okay, was it bad?
I mean, like when I was watching it, and then like the reason why Batman and Superman stopped fighting is because their mothers have the same first name, Martha, and I was like, this is so stupid. But some people really did like that movie, and some people say the extended cut made it a little bit better. But I heard Wonder Woman was like fantastic. So I haven't seen it yet. Maybe I'll get to see it later this year before I see Justice League, maybe. But Justice League, this trailer, it just looks good. Like from the first trailer we saw of Justice League, I was like, this is probably gonna be a better movie than like most other DC films. And this pretty much does more of the same, I would say. Some may argue that this is a better trailer or whatever, but it just looks like a good movie. My question is that who's like the main bad guy they're trying to fight, because like it doesn't look like they're fighting anyone in particular. So
yeah, I have no idea what's going on in that trailer. But it looks pretty, so I guess that's cool.
But yeah, it definitely does look like a good movie, or it's looking like it'll be a good movie, I should say.
Yeah, hopefully. Avengers did it so well with meshing all the characters together because...
And also building all of the characters up, too.
Yeah, because they had movies to do it, and they didn't rush it like DC. So let's... Because we didn't even get a Aquaman movie or a Flash movie or a Cyborg movie. So they're kind of just going to... It's going to be like Suicide. Like, it could either be like Avengers level or it could be like Suicide Squad level. Like, I don't know. So... Or it could be in between. But I don't really know. I don't really have... Like... I'm just gonna wait for reviews before I really.
Yeah, I think that's how I feel about most movies nowadays. I'm gonna just wait for the reviews to come out and read them, and I'll just look at the score because I think looking at the score is just too lazy for some.
Yeah.
All right. So next piece of news is that Mighty Number 9 finally delivers the Kickstarter rewards, such as like the boxes and manuals. Yeah. And they're pretty bad.
Yeah, I heard that. The manual's like, you had to assemble the box, right? And like,
yeah,
the manual doesn't even fit in it.
Yeah, the manual doesn't even fit into the box. So this is pretty funny. And when people backed it, it was $60. You would get a physical copy within like a cardboard box and everything. But there's no game. You literally paid $60 for the Mighty Number 9 game and then this cardboard box with a manual that doesn't even fit into it. So, Yeah, I'm pretty sure when most people read the $60, I guess, like, sort of goal was like, oh, you get the boxing manual, you know, and it looks cool, but it's literally just a boxing manual and no actual, like, game or anything like that. So they really, this is probably the most mishandled Kickstarter out of all of them, I would say.
Yes, it is the biggest, like, this is what you don't do as a Kickstarter. Like, it's so bad. Like, every time you think it's done disappointing you, it just keeps on giving. Like, it's so bad. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want like, I just don't want to see my number 9 ever again. Like, I'm just done. Yeah. Even though I heard that Mighty Gunvolt Burst game or whatever on the Switch is pretty good, but I hasn't even made by Arc Systems or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like whatever. And they basically just remade my number 9 but better, and that's pretty great. But but just regular my number 9, I just want to like never see it again. I'm so done with it, man. It's so like I'm tired with the disappointment. Alright, so Walmart canceled all SNES Classic pre-orders. They kind of jumped in the gun there a little bit. So yeah, I know you were the one like, yeah, I'm gonna get it, and then it got, I'm like, yeah.
Definitely, they messed it up. They put them up too early or something like that. So when people pre-ordered it, they literally just canceled all of the orders. So I was kind of sad, but at the same time, I said to myself, well, now I don't owe my brother $90 because I don't have $90, and I just asked him to buy it for me, and I'll pay him back later. So yeah, and we still don't know if pre-orders are gonna go up on any other website. Like as of right now, there have been no other websites that have put up pre-orders or anything like that. So yeah, it looks like getting this thing's gonna be a pain in the ass.
I have no idea. Like, come on, dude. Like, didn't it went on sale on EU, right? Like, it was like people were buying it. Right? In the UK. UK. It went up, and I'm pretty sure they're all gone. So,
jeez,
man.
But yeah,
just Nintendo. Come on, man. Like, even for the Switch, like, you can't even make enough Switches, and that's like your main system. Like, I have no faith in this.
With the Switch, when they announced it, they allowed pre-orders up instantly. You know, like, I went to GameStop and I pre-ordered it. But with this thing, it's like, we announced it. Hey, it's coming. There's no pre-orders though, so good luck.
That is true.
So. Yeah, that is it for the news, I believe. So now let's get into games we've been playing recently. I guess I'll start off real quick. So I finished Knack.
Okay.
I finished Knack, and that game is pretty bad because it has it just has a lot of problems that don't exist within other platformers. So like, there's no invincibility frames when getting hit, and enemies will literally take more than half of your HP, no matter how much health you have. And then there's like barely any platforming to begin with. It's a lot of just beat 'em up action. Despite when they initially announced the game, they said that it was a mix of Crash Bandicoot, Katamari Damacy, and a touch of God of War or something like that. But a majority of it is like God of War, you know, it's just a beat 'em up. But at the same time, it's not like God of War either, because you're just mashing the square button over and over again. There's no like combos you can do or anything like that. You could pick things up and throw them at them, but there's like so much enjoyment you can get from throwing a car at another enemy so many times, you know. So but Knack 2, however, I'm not gonna lie,
Knack 2, baby.
I rewatched the E3 presentation that they did, and it looks a lot better than Knack 1 from a person that's played the game fully. You know, Knack 2 definitely does look a lot better. For one thing, the enemies don't kill you instantly. They added certain mechanics into the game that I think should have been in the first one. So like, you're able to turn into a big Knack or mini Knack for like certain platforming segments, which looks like there's gonna be more platforming. So yeah, Knack 1, just don't play it. It's not worth your time. It's still like $20 too. So but other than that, I played League. I hit my D4 promos, and then I immediately dropped back to like 20. I think I'm at like 30 LP now. It's so sad, honestly, because, you know, you have to work with 4 other people, and sometimes those 4 other people don't do as well, including yourself. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I had some games where I was feeding pretty hard. But yeah, League is definitely kicking my ass right now, so hopefully I could bounce back within the next 2 weeks. And then other than that, I've literally just been playing Splatoon 2, which I'll leave for after you talk about other games you've been playing recently, Damian.
Yeah, alright, so I played that game that you might have been seen being sponsored everywhere, Gigantic. Yeah, you've seen all those. Yeah. It's actually really good. I like it a lot.
What is that game anyways? What is it like?
It's like a MOBA hero shooter thing. It's
okay.
So it's like a third person. Think of like Smite or Paragon. It's sort of like that, but not like bad. Like it's
okay.
Like, it's a lot more fast paced. There's no lanes. It's mostly just control points on the map where you could build like these little minions that act like towers, basically. So you have like a healer one that builds walls like that blocks choke points, and one that is just a ward. Like you place in that detects enemies and also attacks with you.
Oh, okay.
So like the whole point of the game is to get. It's really hard to explain. Like it's very like once you play it, it's very easy to get. But me explaining is probably gonna sound horrible, so just bear with me here. So basically, you have like these two giant monsters. Like that's the whole point of the game. That's why it's called Gigantic. You have these two giant monsters, which is basically like the nexuses, I guess. So you want to make it so your giant monster attacks the other giant monster, so you could whittle down its HP, and then after you do that, then you just win. So you just like sort of just. And to do this, you need to get like 100. It's very hard to explain, but trust me, once you play, it's not that hard. So basically, capturing points, killing people, and just capturing different like areas in the map gives you points. And once you get 100 points, your monster will attack the other monster. It has like 3 lives, and each life has a health bar. So each time you bring its health bar down, it loses like a life. So once you bring down all 3 lives, it dies, right? And that's how you win. So
okay.
that's the way it works. And you have, it's very quick. Like it's very fast paced. Like you really have no time to really strategize that much. And that might be
how long on average is like each game?
20 minutes, maybe.
20 minutes? Okay.
Yeah, the highest I saw was like 30, I think. But it's like it's very intense. Like the whole time you're shooting and killing people and just like it's nonstop action. Like you can't stop to breathe or anything. And that might sound like that might turn a lot of people off because it's not that chill laning phase where you kind of just farm and just like attack people with like level 1 skills. In this game, it like just going in like right away, and you know that might turn people off. But I really like that sort of style where I don't really have to wait to like fight. Like that's why I like Overwatch and that other game Battle Right. That was a pretty fun game. But this game is just like keep fighting, and it's fun. You know, you don't. Like you still gotta group up and stuff because if you just go alone you're gonna die. You know, it still has that. And I heard a complaint that a lot of people are having is the time to kill. And, you know, it's not like Overwatch where people die pretty fast. It's like since Overwatch is mostly FPS, this game is a lot more MOBA like where you know you have like armor pen and stuff like that. You know, so just like you have the tanky heroes, you got your squishies, you got your assassins. So it does work a lot more like MOBA-y in that sense. But it's just fun. Like it's hard to explain unless you actually play the tutorial because I was watching the sponsor streams and I'm like I do not understand what's going on at all. Like this looks like a mess. Like what is going on? But until you play it, it's really fun. It's just one of those games. And I think there was a lot of problems like with downloading it on Steam since it downloads a separate launcher and a lot of people hate that and I do too. So like it downloads some other launcher you have to launch it from. It's like whatever. And the game was also FPS capped at like 59 frames for some reason. I have no idea why.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I have no idea why it does that. It also takes like 6 gigs, like 6 gigs of RAM to fucking run it or something. I don't know why.
What the hell?
I don't know why it's so intensive for. Like
I think I have 4.
Yeah, I don't know why it needs that much, but it does. But besides that, the game is like extremely fun. Like I was about to not even try it because I'm like, oh, another MOBA shooter, like whatever, I don't care. But it's really fun, you know, because I played Paladins and that game sucked. I hated it. But this game is really good since this is more action and I like that. And this is coming from someone who just like doesn't really like MOBAs anymore, but like more shooty stuff. So if you like that, then play this game. It's sort of like Battleborn, I guess, but not. But it just knows what's to be, you know, like it knows it has one game mode and that's it, and that's good since they could like polish that game mode and not have like 4 like Battleborn had, and it didn't know what to be. So I like that, and you know it just feels a lot more smooth than Smite or like Paragon, because Smite just felt super clunky. Like I did not like how Smite played at all, but this game feels very smooth. Like it feels really nice. I like it a lot. But yeah, that's about it. Also, voice chat sucks because There's no push to talk. If you have it on,
there's no push to talk.
If you have it on, it's always on. So you have to just turn it off. So I'm like, yeah, fuck that. So yeah, that's pretty dumb. But you know,
they're probably gonna patch that soon.
Yeah, hopefully. The devs are you know, they really like this game. Like I don't know if you read those things, but they were about to like shut down because you know it was on the Windows 10 store, and they're like, no one was playing it. So the main dude was about to shut it down, but then all the people like that got laid off just came back to work and just like, yo, we want to finish this game. He's like, oh, thanks guys, and then he finished it and put it onto Steam.
Wow, dude, what a bunch of swell people.
Yeah, it's really good. They're really active on the Reddit, and they're really taking a lot of quality of life changes and stuff. So yeah, it's really fun. I like it a lot. I don't think it's ever going to be that big, but hopefully it gets bigger than like Paladins. I don't know why so many people play Paladins still. That game's just not that good. I really don't like that game. But besides that, sorry for the rough explanation. It's very hard to explain. Like, once you play it, it's just really annoying to explain. But besides that, I also played Admin McMillan's new game, the dude who made Meat Boy and Isaac: The End Is Nigh, which is basically just Meat Boy 2. And it's really good. I like it. I like it a lot. The main difference from Meat Boy is that you can't run and you can't wall jump. It's like a lot more. It's a lot more old schooly. Like you can only really just like jump. You could jump.
It still difficult?
Oh yeah, it's still hard.
Okay.
It's like it's pretty easy at first. Like the hardest part is just getting the low tumors in each like level, since that's the main collectible, and like trying to get all of them in each level is pretty hard, and that's what I've been doing. Since you can sort of just complete the worlds pretty fast right now. But, you know, there's a light world and dark world, like in Meat Boy as well. But, yeah, it's very nice. I feel like the difficulty is actually a lot more... It's more, like... It's not as rough as... Yeah, it's not as rough as Meat Boy. Because Meat Boy, I felt, got really hard really quick. Right now I'm in the third world, and it's not too hard yet. I think the third world gets pretty hard because it's, like, water and shit. But, yeah, it's like really good. The music is really nice. It's like all like classical music, like remixed, like all like rock and stuff. It's pretty nice. It looks very clean too. I'm very glad to see him back to like this sort of like Flash style of like animation, since Isaac was very, you know, well, at least Rebirth was very pixel art. So I'm very glad to see him back to this like Flash looking game. Like it looks like it should be on Newgrounds, and I like that. But yeah, it's very polished and very nice. I like it a lot. And after that, we got Splatoon. All
right, yeah, let's get to that Splatoon talk.
I think I want you to talk about it first, since you could talk mostly about the multiplayer, since you never played the original Splatoon.
I haven't played single player or the horde mode yet.
Yeah, I could talk about that. So
okay, so I guess I have a very different perspective because I haven't played the first Splatoon that extensively. Like I think I played like one match at your house or something like that. But
yeah.
From my perspective, leveling from 1 to 10 before I got into ranked, it was still, you know, pretty fun because it's just turf war, you know, just normal games. And then when I got into ranked, I learned a couple things. You have to carry because you can't rely on your teammates because you don't know what age they are, and you don't know what...
Just go on voice chat, man.
Yeah, oh my god, dude. Also, the voice chat, it doesn't even work within like public matches at all. It only works when you create a lobby for you and your friends or whatever.
So what's even the point? You can just use Discord at that point.
Exactly. So
Jesus.
I'll get to that out in a bit, but you have to carry, you have to have the right gun or sort of like play style you want to play for that certain mode. Personally, I just use like a regular like gun or whatever for like every single game mode, because that's just what I'm used to. And like the bomb that I have is the suction bomb, which is really, really good. And then the special is like a barrage of just like those little circle bombs that just like slide on the floor. Those are pretty good. But my favorite out of the ranked modes is Splat Zone, because it still feels like turf war, but it's just within this one single area. And also there's a lot of comeback potential, because once you get the point and then you lose it, there's a period of time, it's like a number underneath your points that you need to go and get before you hit 0. There's going to be a number there that'll basically give the enemy team time, if you do recapture it, to sort of get it back themselves. So there's a lot of comeback potential. So like when I lose games because they came back, I'm like, at least they can come back, you know. But within tower tower control and what's it called? Rainmaker. When you're like C- and you're still trying to learn the game mode, it's very snowbally because the Rainmaker, if you don't know how to use the Rainmaker, you're screwed pretty much. And that took me a while to learn, but once I learned it, I could like solo carry games basically. And all you have to do is just hold the button, the shoot button, and then you just shoot it, and however far you want it to go, it'll have like a big explosion afterwards. And then for tower control, if your team's not like working together and then at least one guy's on the point, you're not gonna win at all. Because like if you guys have like no teamwork cohesion, like even the slightest teamwork cohesion where it's like two people trying to like get the tower or something like that, you're just gonna lose. Because some people just like don't know how to play the game mode. Some people play defense on Rainmaker. I don't know what the hell they're doing. They're just sitting AFK by our point. I'm like, what are you doing? It's literally 3v4 every single time we go out to go and get the Rainmaker now. And like those kinds of players just really piss me off. And that's even existing within like the B ranks, which is where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I'm at B- on spot zones now. So.
Yeah, so like when people just like sit there AFK, just like chilling, waiting for people to come up with the Rainmaker, I'm like, you're not supposed to do that, man. Like, come on. Like there have been so many times where I've just been like, what the hell is going on? And like my friend, when I was streaming this game online, he got 2 Twitch clips. One of them shows me dying, and then a teammate's right next to me, but he's spraying the wall for some reason. I'm playing a ranked mode, a ranked game, I believe. And then the second one, I have the Rainmaker. I was still like trying to learn it, and then I lose by like 1 point. Like I was about to slam dunk it into their thing, but I lost because they killed me. And then my team was just not doing anything to help. So, yeah, the game. It can be very teamwork heavy. I feel like once you hit like the B ranks, it is, but within like the early like C ranks, you could definitely like solo carry, I feel. But yeah, I'm definitely having a lot of fun. I'm like level 20 right now, so yeah, I'm definitely liking Splatoon 2 so far. But there are definitely a lot of problems with it that I have. So like normal like shooter things online are just not there. So like when you finish a match, you could hit continue or exit. If you hit continue and then you change your mind, you actually can't exit. You actually can't exit, or else your team's gonna have to play 3v4, which is not fun at all. And then you can't switch guns, like, or
in between, like,
yeah,
rounds,
you can't switch guns in between the game, which was a complaint my brother made. But at the same time, I was like, I really didn't find that, you know, that much of a complaint, because like when I go into ranked, I, you know, pick my equipment, I pick my gun, and then I go into it. But some people do have that complaint where it's like, maybe I want to go and use this gun on this map. And also like the maps are random. Like it's 2 maps, but you could play on the same map for like 3 to 4 times over, like back to back, which is pretty annoying, I feel. And also just like the whole thing where it's like it's on a scheduled time. Every 2 hours they switch the rank mode and the maps and stuff like that. Like I don't know why Nintendo does that. They have the money to like just have server space for all 3 ranked modes within different modes that you can select, I feel, but they just want to do it their own way, and
yeah,
I feel like that's stupid. Really,
it bothers me even more since these were all issues in Splatoon 1. It just didn't bother fixing it in the second one, so that's really annoying. Like you already knew that was a problem and they just didn't fix it, which is annoying.
Another thing that I did not know until I watched Pro Jared's review on the game is that the Horde mode, what's it called again? Salmon Run. You can only play it online on certain times.
Yes.
Which I did not know that
it's
at
all.
It's
so dumb.
That's so stupid. I feel like that they should just have that open like at all times.
Really. They did do an update like in the last update, like last night, that is open 24 hours. But I think it's still sort of in some weird time, like it's every other day. But it used to be every other day, only for 12 hours on that day.
Yeah, it
now
was
it's
like
24
11
hours.
p.m. to like 11 a.m. I read on Twitter or something like that. Like,
yeah,
it's
some days
weird.
it's like 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what is this? But Nintendo did sort of fix that, so now it's 24 hours instead of 12 hours, so that's better.
But it's only on certain days.
I want it to be 24/7 though. Like
yeah, 24/7 would definitely be a lot better.
I don't know why they did this.
if they're treating Turf War as like the normal games, I feel where like they really don't matter. They should just have like all of the maps open, and like they've done this in the past with like players choosing maps or like picking like the random option. They did this in Mario Kart 8, where when you go online, there's like a certain map choice that you can choose or just hit random. And they don't do that in this game. I find that to be extremely weird and awful, to be honest, because you should have a choice, really, honestly. And like not being able to exit a match when you've accidentally hit continue, or like not being able to like change your equipment and stuff like that. So but other than that, I'm like having a lot of fun with it. It's just that these problems are just like weird and strange because they're Nintendo.
Yeah, they're very Nintendo, and it just, again, there were all problems in the first game, but they didn't even address it in the second one, which is what really bothers me about it. Like, the game is very samey from the first game. Like, I still love it. Like, I'm like level 15, and I still really want to play more of it. Mm-hmm. But you know, it's still like annoying that it just didn't fix anything from the first game, and we don't even have like most of the some of the weapons that adding are from the first game. They're just not in this game. Which is like, why can't you just add everything in the first games of this one? I understand the maps because, you know, not everyone wants to see the same maps again and they want to see the new maps. That's fine. But with weapons, I'm like, well, you add the ink brush. Like, that was in the first game. Why is it not in this game? I don't know. And just like all the other problems is just like that should have just been fixed, but it's not. Mm-hmm. So, but in terms of the other modes, the single player I feel is a lot like very much improved from the first game. The first game already had a really good single player. I feel like it was mostly like sort of platforming and stuff, like not really too much combat, while still teaching you like sort of the basics of the game. But the second one really steps it up with making it a lot more platforming, a lot more fun. To add like new mechanics every level. It's very fun. Like the ink rails are really nice to use. Like they're just like, imagine playing Ratchet and Clank. It's like sort of like that. It's like, it feels very nice. There's a lot of secrets. Like the secrets are very well hidden. Like they aren't that well hidden because I found most of them. I think I missed one of the secret scrolls or whatever. But yeah, some of them are very well hidden. Like I was looking around everywhere for them. Like it was very nice. It very much wasn't an afterthought, which is nice. I will say that the final boss was like not as good as the first one, because the first game's final boss was actually like too good. Like I don't know why it was that good. Like it should have not been that good. But the second one's mostly just sort of like a rehash of it, and it's not as good. But besides that, the single, I don't want to talk too much about it because, you know, you haven't played too much of it. I mean, it's not spoilers, but, you know, in terms of mechanics and stuff, it is really fun. Instead of only having like the splatter shot, because that's all you had in the first game, they really like they give you like 10 weapons in this game, so you can use all of them in the single player, which is really fun, including the umbrella, which isn't even in the multiplayer part yet. So that's fun to sort of like preview the weapon before it comes out. And that weapon is so fun. Like you get hold the fire button, so it's like a shield, and like it launches out and like pushes players, and it really acts like a shotgun. Like it's like literally a shotgun. So that's really cool. It's a very creative weapon, and I like it. But yeah, besides, the boss is also really good, which was something the first game also had. Like I don't know why Splatoon has really good bosses, but it does. And yeah, the single player is just really good. I like it a lot. It's about like 5 hours. It's not too long, but it's very fun. I recommend it to play it first because it sort of teaches you the basics of the game while still giving you a very entertaining experience. Or you could just jump into multiplayer like Travis did. But it's really fun. Like I don't think you should ignore it. Like it's a very fun time. And Salmon Run is also extremely good. Like I love this mode. I really like those PvE like horde mode sort of things. Like TF2 Man vs Machine was very fun. I played a lot of that when I used to play a lot of TF2. So this sort of reminds me of that. Some horde modes are like very defensive based, like sort of like Gears of War, right? Like you sort of like mostly like
yeah,
setting defenses.
Kind of like set up shop and stuff.
Yeah. In this game, it's very fast paced and things are just like it overwhelms you really fast. Since the game like throws these boss salmonids at you, which are like you know like there's like 7 bosses I think, and by bosses I mean like there's just like you just gotta do one thing to kill them, and so it doesn't seem hard at first. The first few like games you play a Salmon Run aren't that hard. So they send you like a boss that flies and you're supposed to throw bombs and like its jets and it explodes, right? Like it isn't that hard. Or one that's like a sniper and you just gotta shoot it and it's dead. So like it really isn't that hard at first. But then you just throw like 4 bosses at you with like all the little other salmons running around hitting you, and you just die in like 2 seconds. Like it's pretty hard if you don't like actually use like your sort of like communication buttons, which is just like this way and help me. So it's like it's really fun. It gets very hectic, and it's really good. I heard a lot of people really like it. I just wish there was like a little more maps, and I hope they just don't abandon the mode because it's like really fun. You can get some cool stuff from it. You can get like a monthly like cosmetic item that has like it's actually pretty good gear actually. Like I got like this polo shirt and it has like 3 slots in it, so that's pretty good. And you get like ability chunks and those meal tickets, so you can boost your XP and money, so that's good. The only problem with Salmon Run is the times. I don't know why the times are there. It just ruins it. Like, why is there times? I don't understand. Like, why? Because it's such a good mode. Like, I like it a lot. It's very fast, fun-paced, and like fast-paced, and like you gotta use teamwork. And it's just like, no, you can only play this when I tell you to. I'm like, why? It's very fun.
One thing I didn't mention was the clothes. I didn't know that like all of the perks you got were just straight up random.
Yeah, no,
I did not know that.
Yes, they are random, but at least in this game you could like scrub your gear and like pick the abilities you want in this game. In the last game it was totally random. Like, you could reroll your abilities, but that's it. In this game you can actually like scrub your gear and like take out the abilities you have and put like your own abilities, so you can actually like, you know, customize your gear the way you wanted to and not just have RNG. So that was how the first game worked. It was horrible. But this game, at least you could actually build your gear. It was still random at first, but then you could, like, if you grind enough, you could get, like, the gear you want. And if you really like how a gear looks, you could add slots to it. So you could just add abilities to it. So that's really cool. But you need the super sea snails, which you can only get in Splatfest. So yeah, that kind of sucks. But, you know, besides that, it's pretty good. I like that they actually added that ability, because it sucked that all your abilities were just random. That was dumb. But, you know, that isn't the case anymore, so that's good.
Yeah, I just found it weird that, like, the first ability, like, the initial ability that you have is there, and then, like, the next couple of ones are just straight up random. I thought it was, like, a timing thing, and then I wasn't, like, hitting the button right, but, like, I upgraded one of my shirts today, and then I got a new perk, and I was like, oh wait, I actually can't time it. It's just completely random. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm still having a lot of fun with it overall. Still, it's just that, you know, it's still a team-based game with a very young audience that I have to work with at times. So, but yeah, still having a lot of fun with it. So, is there anything else you would like to add, Damian?
No. Besides that, this is probably the best. Besides Zelda, the best, like, well, I guess Switch exclusive, really, because all you really have is, like, ARMS and, like, Splatoon, really, as actual exclusives. So I'll say, like, Splatoon 2 is a really good system seller, along with Zelda, and I guess Mario Kart. So, yeah, if you really want a multiplayer, like, game, like, get this game. It's really good.
All right, well, that is the end of the Two Players Podcast, episode 39. Thank you guys for listening once again, and we will see you guys 2 weeks from now with the next episode.
Later.